So you're ready to build a sales team. You're thinking about building a sales team. You're already wanting one. And you just want a pro team that performs at their peak and gives you consistent results, for crying out loud. Awesome. Awesome. So now what? You don't want to make the same mistake that everybody else is. Right? And often this isn't even about talent. It's simply about bandwidth and focus. And understanding that, you don't know what you don't know. Big part of it. There's a lot of ways that you can make this happen. And even more ways that you can screw it up. Yeah, for sure. My name's Jim Padilla, and along with my wife, Cyndi, business partner, we are Gain the Edge. We're a full-time professional sales organization full of sales professionals, trainers, coaches, coordinators, and leaders. Right? We are a fully functioning sales organization, professional sales organization. Right? Who doesn't speak perfect all the time? Most of which is designed to recruit and retain great talent and create the environment for them to succeed. See, sales is about leading people to a place of clarity, to make great decisions, right? And you do that by ensuring that your salespeople are in their greatest position so that they can do just that. And now you're singing my jam, because that is exactly what we do. We literally spend 7 days a week cultivating the ideal environment for peak performance for our sales team. Okay? We provide outsourced sales for professionals in the service environment. We work with a lot of the who's who in the coaching and consulting industry, right? To the tune of millions of dollars of sales per month. Right? We've got this dialed in on lockdown. Get back to more about that in a minute. Back to your problem right now. Right? Now, there's a lot of ways to make this happen for you. And as I said, there are even more ways for you to screw this up. So pay attention. Don't turn away for a moment. Okay? You can easily go out and hire a bunch of salespeople and throw leads at them. And voila, you'll have sales. No question. But my friend and colleague, Patrick Dominguez from Bill Barron Coaching, he says, consistency is not a sexy word until you add income or results behind it. Now, consistent income, consistent results, that's damn sexy. You're a business owner, you know that. Okay? But consistent results, predictable results that you can count on and bank on, it doesn't happen by accident. It comes from strong processes and systems that are repeatable and manageable. Your greatest expense as a business owner, as you well know, is client acquisition, where it's near the top. You're going through the effort and the energy to generate quality leads, quality opportunities for people to engage your business. You want to make sure that you maximize that effort and minimize the cost and the loss. You can't afford for your team not to convert sales simply because they weren't ready, or it was a bad day. Like, things happen. No one's gonna convert every single sale, but you want to do everything you can to ensure that the environment is ideal for peak performance every day, so that you lose as few sales as possible. This is simply about optimization, right? So what are the key mistakes that lead to a failure of optimization? Okay. One is assuming that because you can sell, that you can teach it effectively. Assuming that you will have the time. Thinking that once trained, always trained. Wrong, right? Peak performing is about the environment more than it is the skill set, right? The peak environment can get people to overperform. Right? And we see great salespeople underperform regularly, as I know you have. It is not just about the skill set. Okay? That's what we're getting to here. It's a big mistake to assume that just because somebody knows how to sell, that they're always going to peak perform. There are plenty of talented people who don't accomplish a thing. You know, a friend of mine has a quote that says, he says all the time, he says, the street corners are littered with guys who should be playing in the NBA, but they weren't in the right environment and they blew the opportunity. But they got the skills and they got the game. Right? No different in this environment. You might have a sales manager. Fantastic. But don't assume that just because you hired a great sales manager who knows how to talk to people or even knows how to sell, that they have a system that leads to predictable results or best practices that ensure everybody's duplicating their efforts with ease and regularity, right? So here's the deal. Heck, you can implement our systems and have your managers thrive in how they execute. You can have them implement it and maintain it. Right? We're not here to replace your managers. And if you're the manager, we're not here to replace you. Right? We're here to make you the hero. We're here to make you the rock star so that you can ultimately deliver on the goods and take care of more of your clients. Right? Simply, we want to help you do it right the first time because in today's economy, you have no idea what's going on. We are dealing with all kinds of potential challenges. Businesses are closing every single day simply because they can't convert with predictability and regularity, right? We don't want you to spend the next 6 months, 12 months trying to figure it out because you're trying to cultivate your own system. The hell with that. Implement a system that already works, proven practices that you can just follow, implement, take care of, duplicate. And then you've got success, right? You're halfway there. We work with high-performing clients every single day to sell millions of dollars worth of sales every month. Yes. Okay. Why us? Our team performs dozens of campaigns and launches and back-of-the-room sales month after month. Right? We're converting millions in sales, thousands of sales transactions, hundreds of campaigns for clients. Simply put, guys, our team has to be on point in order to perform. We can't afford for them to not be firing on all cylinders. How about you? Doesn't your team need to be peak performing? Can you afford for your team not to be firing on all cylinders? How much money are you losing? How many clients are walking by simply because your team wasn't ready at their best at all times? Mostly because you either don't have the bandwidth or the right system to ensure it. That's what this is about. It isn't about your talent. Often it's just about your bandwidth and focus. Okay? We've had sales managers who run from one rep to the other, touching them all, making sure that they have what they needed, and getting them what they could do. But here's the thing: that is awesome, but it is not sustainable. That's running on human energy alone. That is just not enough, right? And is clearly not duplicatable or scalable, right? So we had to implement amazing systems to ensure that we could leverage that and minimize the craziness and maximize the effectiveness, right? People send thousands of dollars to outsource their sales to us in our peak performing environment. Others invest thousands to heavily and invest wisely to have us train their teams and implement our systems and best practices to get their teams peak performing. Short of that, guys, here's the deal. You just need to take our systems and best practices and implement them yourselves. Don't screw around trying to get this done on your own. Don't try to outsmart the system. All you're doing is costing yourself opportunities and costing your clients the solutions that they desperately need because your team isn't peak performing. Right? You can't afford that. Get the best possible outcome from your salespeople every time. Right? So we want to offer you the peak performing sales team. Right? It's a program, simply 4 90-minute video training series. It goes through the inner game of sales. It is about creating and cultivating the state where your team can be mastering and rocking and rolling with the inner game of sales at all times, because that's what drives the process. That is what is under the hood of any good quality sales organization, right? One of the next module is about strategy and tactics. How are you implementing the strategies and tactics that your team is executing perfectly? and that they're doing it consistently, and that they're all on the same page. So they're not just running around doing different things because that's how they were taught, right? You want to get them all speaking the same language at the same time and working together. And again, we got this down with science. Okay? It's understanding the metrics, how your metrics lead to training instead of just training for training's sake, right? It's understanding the ebbs and flows of the business by reading the numbers and using that as the launch pad to determine what your team's needs are, right? Which again leads to creating consistency and flow for the environment for success. And of course, evaluations. The big, huge piece of this. It's not about judging people and criticizing them. It's about how do you see your team and how in duplicatable systems to help evaluate what they're doing, constantly up-level. We literally believe in this. We create a system. We believe in people getting better every single day. You can get better minute by minute if you choose to. And we focus on curating an environment where that is the norm. You want this for you, I promise, because this is what game changer. This is what makes a difference, right? We've got a bonus training on recruiting and retaining rock stars. Wouldn't you like to just be able to hire the right people from the beginning and then pour them into an ideal environment? How do you not get anything but success once you do that, right? And we've got the system to help you determine exactly how to do that, right? We'll just show you our framework for how we recruit and retain rock stars, right? So that you can do the same thing, right? Here's the best part. None of this is theory. We're not guessing, right? I think the best teaching comes from people who are actively doing it. We're not teaching you what should work. We're not teaching you what we used to do back in the day. We're teaching you exactly what we're doing today and every day, and what is best practices and what is actually working and producing the great success with our sales team who's generating millions of dollars in sales. That's what we want for you. So it's simple. If you're asking, can I afford this? The question is, you have to do it. If you are asking, can I afford this? Then you must do this, right? Simply put, you should have to ask. As you know, as a sales professional yourself, the only question you should be asking is, can I afford not to? Right? What's the cost of me staying where I'm at? What's the cost of me continually repeating the same mistakes I've made or all the mistakes that everybody else is making? Just take the system and run with it. Okay, so here's what I want you to do. Sign up right now. Click on the link below. Talk to one of my strategists. Ask the questions. Do not walk away assuming that you know if you've got this. Talk to them. They'll ask you all the right questions to help make sure you've got what you need so that you're not costing yourself continually. Right? This is a small investment and you're going to get it back. Right? As soon as you make a few sales, you've got it back. And then from that point on, it's nothing but ROI for the rest of your career. You cannot afford to bypass this opportunity if you're looking to build and optimize a sales team. Take advantage of this. I'd love to see you in it. All right, you're also going to get access to the Facebook group. So we can ask questions. We can support you. This is a do-it-yourself program, but in the Facebook group, you're going to get access to our team to be able to answer questions for you and keep you supported and keep you moving. We definitely have extra coaching available. Talk to strategists about that. There's other ways to support you, right? And one other key bonus right now, limited lifetime access to support. Right now, you sign up right now. As long as you've seen this on this video, then you have lifetime support access. This is not a system that you're going to walk through once and done. This is the system you're going to save and you're going to implement. It's the kind of system that you can go through, once a quarter, once a year, and optimize and optimize and optimize, because you may not get all the nuances the first time through, right? And if you're in the group, we'll also be sharing new and updated best practices and strategies. As our team implements them, we will take them to the group. Say, hey, here's an updated process. Check this out. As you can't afford not. This is the easiest no-brainer on the planet. Click on the link, talk to my team, take advantage of this, and we'll see you on the calls. Thanks for being here.